What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. What is going on, guys? Time for another one. You know what we do, meet here each week, building this nice community of like-minded guys that want to get out here on the water, share these experiences, grow a little bit, learn a few things with each other, and have a little entertainment along the way. But what is going on, guys? As you come into the chat, please drop a 1 for me. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. Don't want to be up here talking and audio isn't right or something like that. But I see we have a few people already checking in for this evening. Want to give a big shout out to you guys, and as always, a big shout out to the Money Team. Those are the members of the channel, guys. And if you are interested in supporting this channel, if you think this content is great, you're seeing some value in it, consider becoming a member of the channel. You'll get a few perks with that. One of which is you will see that badge right next to the name of the members of the Money Team. Kind of stands out in the chat a little bit. So whenever we get into some hot topics and things where that chat starts moving real quick, you'll kind of stand out to me and I can pick you out of the pack a little bit better. All right, guys. So let's see. The topic of this evening is, what is it, guys? Mega Live. Oh yeah. We're going to talk about Mega Live a little bit. And I've been in a few forums. I've seen some guys having some issues. Some of them seem to be kind of self-induced. Maybe you're not reading the instructions and that kind of thing. I mean, it's kind of the same thing that, with each update, seeing some of the same issues that may come up. But what we do here, guys, is we get together each week. I mean, whether we're talking about fishing, some type of hot topic, or hot topic like this, Mega Live, that came out with the update. So if you guys are running into any issues, make sure you get active in the chat. Let's see, what is this going on here? All right. See, I see some guys getting active in the chat already. But if you're having any problems with your update or anything like that, or you just have questions, drop those questions in the chat and we can, see what we can do to help you out, because there are guys that are in the chat that are running Humminbird systems, whether they're running Humminbird, the Mega Live system. We have guys in here that run Garmin active, livescope, Garmin livescope, and Lowrance active target. And some of the guys have a mixture of those different units, some of those different companies on the same boat. So if you're running into issues with interference, things like that, make sure you put those questions or comments in the comment section, because there may be somebody here that has experienced that same problem that you were having. And also the other thing, guys, you never know who is in the chat. You never know who is stopping by. So we have some heavy hitters stepping in here sometimes. Sometimes there's guys that represent the company. Sometimes, you might have one of those, what's those technical guys called? The engineers. Oh yeah. The engineers check in here every once in a while too, guys. So drop your comments in here. But the thing that I always tell people is, you can trust, but you want to verify. So if you're running that Humminbird system, have that support team on speed dial. So if you're out on the water and you start experiencing some type of issue, you can go ahead and hit them up, and maybe they can help you out while you're out on the water, like they did for me this weekend whenever I was out at Lake Norman, guys. So yeah, I ran into some network issues, but mine just happened to be an actual issue with the unit that I have not coming onto the network. So I had to send that in. Hopefully I will get that back quick enough, because I have to leave out next week to get ready for the regionals, guys. So that regional at Lake Norman will be taking place. So, hey, wish your partner good luck out there. I want to be able to come in with 5 good little fishes. You know how we do, guys, out here having some fun with it. All right, so let me hop into the chat, see who we have checking in. And what we're going to do today, guys, is just, like I said, I want you guys to get active in the chat. Who has completed their update to the 1.290 on their Mega Live system? And again, guys, there are a lot more updates that did come out. So if you have target lock, they have an update for your trolling motor, and of course for the different graphs, Apex, SOLIX, Helix. So all of that stuff is out there. So just hop in the chat. Let's see who has been completing their updates, guys. All right. Oh, and I can't forget. Let me drop this banner down here, guys. I can't forget to, show some special love for the people that show support for the channel. So I want to give a special thank you to the sponsor of last week's live stream. We had Cerebral Tackle. And we had Joe Winkler stepping in, strong supporters of the channel, guys. So like I said, we always get in here, kind of mix it up a little bit and try to bring a little value and mixed in with a little bit of entertainment for you guys each week. All right, so we have that banner scrolling across the bottom, and basically, here we go. Let me fix that real quick, guys. This is a live show, so got to get everything set up for you. And basically, what the banner is for is each week, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker is the sponsor of the live stream, guys. So if you find value in the content, that is basically what that's for. And the person that gives that is the sponsor of the live stream for that evening, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers of the live stream, guys, and the members, subscribers of the channel. All right, so let me hop right back in here into the chat real quick. Let's see who we have checking in. Shout out to the money team getting active right off the bat. We have Joseph checking in. He's always in here active and causing problems, guys. The other thing that I want to make sure you guys are aware of is tomorrow I will do the On the Water live with the 1.290 Mega Live update. So if you guys want to see it in real time and ask me questions, you can do that while I'm on the water. You'll see me. I'll scan around with it a little bit. I'll show you guys how the fish look. I'll track a few baits for you, all of that good kind of stuff. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And what I'll do is, let's say around 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock tomorrow, I'll head out to the lake, and I'll do that live on the water that I do for you guys each week. I will do that tomorrow at 10 o'clock, guys. So make sure you tune in for that. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. A lot of times whenever I do the On the Water lives, those may be a spur of the moment thing, guys. Whenever I have an hour, 2, 3 that I can get out there on the water, I will drop the link, and the guys that are subscribed to the channel and have that notification bell checked, it will send out a notification to you, so you will know that I am live on the water. But once again, I will be out there showing you guys the 1.290 update tomorrow. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. We have Joseph B. Fishing. What's going on? All right, he's back in action, getting active in the chat section. All right, Joseph says, let me see. Okay, well, that was Joseph. Wait a minute. We have a Joseph and a Joshua. There we go. Joshua B. Fishing. He says, problems with the update. Hey, I mean, right now, my update was able to go through just fine. I'll have that footage that I'll put out in smaller video format for you guys, so you don't have to, kind of weed through the live stream to get that. But I did complete my update. I didn't have any issues with it. But one thing I do want to tell you guys is one of the things that I see people saying is that they're having issues with their update not actually updating, not going through. One of the things that you want to make sure is that you update the head unit first. In the instructions, it is kind of vague, and I noticed on one of the fake Facebook forums where that was kind of a question that people had, is do I update the Mega Live, the target lock, the trolling mode? Do I update those first? And basically you want to update your graph first and then update the accessories after that, but with one exception. The exception to that is the trolling motor update. Sometimes those it's best to go ahead and update that before you update the software on the graphs with the trolling motor updates. And like I say, guys, the thing I always tell you is, you hear what I'm saying, but always verify. You can trust but verify, because there are guys out there that are giving information, giving suggestions, their opinions on how things should work, but they have not read the instructions. And sometimes that is obvious by the responses that you're seeing, that you're getting. But like I said, here we just want to make sure that we're here to help each other out. If anybody's running into any issues, just get active in the chat. Make sure you put that question or comment in the chat, and we'll see if there's somebody in there that can help you out with any questions that you have. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. So we got Joshua and Joseph checking in. All right, and yeah, once again, shout out to Joseph, member of the money team. And we also have Mike Daly checking in. You guys were hitting me with the one. And guys, we have Mark Scott. Mark Scott is a very, very strong supporter of the channel. And Mark Scott is running a little bit of everything. I think he has 4 graphs on there. He's running that target lock, that Mega Live, that 360, and he knows how to use it. He's always sending me pictures on my Instagram with the 5 and 6 pounders that he's out there catching with his son. So big shout out to Mark Scott. And we also have Ivy Moore checking in. Shout out to you. And can't forget Joe Winkler. Oh yeah, Joe Winkler, very, very strong supporter of the channel. And he always gets active when we do the on the water lives. And one other thing that I want you guys to know, because I see we may have some new people checking in, is we do a battle of the anglers, and that is a live competition that basically the way that you guys see me on the screen right now, we have 4 to 5 anglers that are all on the screen. We have a commentator on there. Shout out to CT, Cerebral Tackle. Yeah, so he'll be, he's on there giving some commentary while the guys are fishing. And the thing that sets this apart from everything else is that you guys can interact with us live while we are fishing. So that is something special, guys. So make sure you tune in for that. And if you haven't seen it, just go and check out the channel and just click on one of the links to the Battle of the Anglers, and you guys will see that format that I'm talking about. I will be sending out a notification when the next one comes up. But hey, where's the competition? Where the guys that I haven't heard from anybody yet? So I'll be setting that up and getting back in contact with you guys regarding that. All right, then we have, who is this? Carrie Tom's checking in, says Bass posting those shorts while I'm working. Get on, what is that? Get my mind on them basses. Oh yeah, gotta get your mind on them basses and little fishes. All right, shout out to you. All right, Joseph says, I used to run a bunch of birds, but the gators got them. Oh goodness, look at Joseph. All right, let me see. All right, so Mark Scott says, I completed it and fished with it already. All right, so give us some feedback, Mark. I will be on the water live with mine tomorrow, guys. But of course, there's going to be some guys that are in the chat that have completed their update already. So if you guys have already completed the update, just give us some feedback. And I see more people tuning in. So if you have been running into any issues with your update, make sure you drop those questions or comments in the chat, because there's a lot of guys in here and you never know who's in here. There may be somebody that can help you out. All right. And shout out to Ivy Moore. Let's see who else we have checking in. Let's see. Wait a minute, guys. Stop the show. We have Mark Scott stepping in strong. Now, Mark Scott, he loves this info whenever we start talking about these electronics, these live systems. Big shout out to Mark Scott, a very, very strong contributor to the channel. And if you guys take a look, he does have that badge next to his name. So Mark Scott is a member of the Money Team. Really, really appreciate that, Mark Scott, strong supporter of the channel. And also, reminds me, I have to get in here and do a little work. I mentioned a little earlier that this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers, subscribers, and the watchers, the viewers of the channel. And basically, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, is the sponsor of the live stream. So let me just change this banner down at the bottom. I want to give a shout out to Cerebral Tackle and Joe Winkler. They were the sponsors of last week's live stream. But Mark Scott said, hey, we'll hold up, swole up, slide over just a little bit. Let me get in here and get some of that action. All right. So Mark Scott is the sponsor of the live stream with the $50 super chat so far. So really, really appreciate that. Big shout out to Mark Scott out there on the water, making it happen. And now that banner reads, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Mark Scott. All right, guys, let me hop back into the chat real quick. And the thing about this, guys, is I like making these live streams interactive. So I go through the chat. I want you guys to network in the chat. Like I said, some of you guys may be having the same issue that someone else is experiencing, and they can help you out if I don't have the answer to the question myself. All right, let me see. Let's see who else we have. Oh, we have somebody new checking in. Who is this guy? Yo, checking in, says excited on the new update. Keep up the good work. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah, you've been in the chat before. Yeah, so have you done the update on yours yet? Let me know. I will be out there on the water tomorrow. So if you are available, tune in and check it out. All right, then we have Z20 Fishing checking back in. What is going on? Haven't seen you in a minute, but glad you are here. And guys, who is this? Shout out to AV to the 7th power, special guest to the live stream, a member of the mastermind. She's in here talking about them scopes. What are you guys talking about, them scopes? AV isn't a fisherman, but she hops in here. She wants to hear about some of these hot topics sometimes. All right, then we have Texas Noop checking in. What up, MoneyBass? What's going on, Texas Noop? So yeah, we're gonna get out there on the water again. You always get active when we do those on the water live. So gonna try to bring some more action, to the live stream for you. All right, let's see. But I gotta give another shout out to AV. Really, really appreciate you stopping through. I stop over and make sure you guys go and check out AV's channel. She does some law and crime type things, some hot topics. So some really, really good content over there on her channel. So check out AV to the 7th power. Make sure you guys go and check out her channel. Let me see. I'm trying to think of what one of the last topics she did was. But like I said, guys, that law and crime type topics, that is what she does. So real good stuff. Make sure you guys go and check it out. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. All right. I'm catching up in the comments. And what I'll do right after this, guys, I have some footage that I will play concerning the updates that I have some information in it that I think is very pertinent to you guys that will really help you out. And the other thing that I do, guys, is I always make sure I drop some good information, some good links in the description of the video. So there are some videos that I previously have completed on prior updates. So make sure you guys click on the links in the description. It's some good info that I know will help you out. And hey, the other thing, your partner MoneyBass, I don't know who has more content on the Mega Live system on YouTube than yours truly. What do you guys think? Who would you say has the most Mega Live content on YouTube? I want to see who else you guys are watching that may have enough content to kind of compete with me on that. That'd be kind of interesting. And what I'm referring to, just go to the search menu and type in MoneyBass Mega Live and just see all the content that comes up, guys. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have some other content creators, drop their names in the chat, because I would be interested in going to check them out, to see how things, what their opinions and thoughts are on some of the Mega Live information that's coming out also. All right, so let's see, who else do we have in here? We have Zach checking in. Zach says, updated my 12-inch SOLIX and Mega Live, and it looked very good to me. Cleared it up and good bait tracking out to 80 to 100 feet. 80 to 100 feet. But guess what, guys? If you have been following this channel, I have been getting that 80 to 100 feet, tracking my crankbaits, A-rig, walking baits, and things like that out to around that 80 to 100 feet also, and especially being able to find cover and structure. So I do have some footage of that. And what I did last time on the water, guys, is I compared the 1.170 update to the 1.20 update whenever I did the last on the water update regarding the Mega Live updates themselves. But tomorrow, what I would do is just go over the 1.290 live on the water for you guys, because you've already seen the 1.20 for me. But I do have a clip that I'll play for you guys on that for just a second. Then we have Halo checking in. Let's see, he says, you see OG, don't you? What's going on? Talking about OG. All right, Joseph says, better put 2 more Mega Lives on your boat if you're gonna keep up with me, Slick. Oh man, so I need some. So Joseph is out there killing those fish on the kayak scene. So he's out there always sticking them and sending messages about all the fish that he's catching. Shout out to Joseph, member of the Money Team. And once again, if anybody's interested in supporting the channel, just make sure you click that join link right below. It is also pinned to the top of the chat if you want to find out some of the perks that come along with just being a member of the channel, which we call the members of the Money Team, and you see the badge right next to their name. All right, so let's see what else we have. Joshua says, got a 3rd GoPro now. So you're getting ready. You're getting ready for the footage. I know you said you took a break on YouTube for a minute, but maybe you're hopping back out there now. Make sure you guys go and check out Joshua B Fishing, especially you guys that are on the kayak scene. He does a lot of tournament fishing, and he puts some video footage out as far as using the live imaging and the kayak. So he kind of combines the best of both of those worlds, guys. So make sure you go and check out his YouTube channel. Let me see. He says, got a 3rd GoPro now, which will be dedicated view on my Helix screen to show live 360 at times of interest. That is definitely a good deal. And the thing about that is I know the Apex unit has an HDMI output port, but I don't have Apex money right now to be invested in that. But eventually that is something that I would like to be able to do also, is have when I'm doing the on the water footage, especially with the lives, to have that the screen to where you guys can see what I'm actually seeing on my screen. All right, let's see. We have Ryan Potts says the Helix 15 is one of the units that would not accept the download. Okay. All right, let's see. He says now the file size changed to 20 megabytes. Humminbird has the correct file now. Okay, good deal with that. So it sounds like what you're saying is there was an issue with the update. I did see a few people that had that the 15, and they did say that their update was not going through. Sometimes whenever people are having that issue, you can just try formatting the SD card and then re-uploading the file to that SD card. And when you put it in the system, just give it like 30 seconds to a minute. Whenever I completed my update, I did have a few of my units that did take, it took a minute for it to come up. So it was kind of looking like it wasn't going to update, but I just waited because it actually did the same thing on the previous update. So I knew to just kind of wait, give it a little extra time. All right, then we have Cerebral Tackle checking in. What is going on, Cerebral Tackle? Oh my goodness, hold on a second. Stop the show. Cerebral Tackle coming in with a $15 super chat. He says for the extra meal you had to have on the road. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that brought back a little memory from this weekend. Let me tell you guys a quick story. So what we're doing right now is, like I said, we're talking about the Mega Live system when we're here to kind of help each other out. There are some guys that are experiencing some great things with it. They updated their system with no problems. They followed all of the instructions. Everything went through great. But there are also some guys that did the same thing, but it didn't quite work out the same way for them. But the thing that we try to do is help each other out, guys, because you never know when someone is, they're going through something and maybe they only have 1 hour out on the water, or maybe they can go once every 3 months or something. So they don't get to enjoy the outdoors the same way that we do. So whenever we get a chance to help somebody out, that is what we're trying to do here, guys. And so the story that I have that kind of relates to that is this weekend, on my way back from Lake Norman, about a 3 to 4 hour drive for me. I'm driving along, everything's going just fine. Notice my gas is getting a little low. I'm like, man, can I make it? Should I stop and get gas? I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and stop. But you know how it is when you're out on the road, you want to get home as fast as you can. But I pull over, and the thing that I do, guys, is I made a little video short about it also. Is I as that gas is pumping, I'm going around checking the connections on my trailer, checking the lights, checking all that stuff, checking my tires and everything. And I noticed that, my rims are normally kind of a shiny chrome, have a shiny chrome look to them. But I noticed one of them had kind of a blackish color to it. And I was like, man, that sure is a lot of brake dust on there. And then I noticed that the hubcap was missing and all of that grease was out of there. And the tire was kind of turned a little crooked, little sideways. Man, I don't know why this kind of stuff happens to me, but luckily I caught it. That's what the hand claps are for, is that I caught it before it caused any damage to the spindle itself or to the axle. But the issue was I had just cleaned my boat out before I took that trip. And I had took my lug nut wrench and everything out of the truck, but I do keep it's a special kind of jack that you can basically wedge under the axle and just pull up on that jack, and it just automatically lifts the trailer up. So I had that. I was able to get out there, get the trailer jacked up, but I did not have a lug nut wrench. Sounds simple enough to just go and say, hey, excuse me real quick, can I just borrow your lug nut wrench so I can get the lugs off my tire so I can just be on my way? So I go into the store first at a racetrack, and I asked the guys at the counter to see if they had some tools behind the desk. So they went and checked. They did have a toolbox, but they didn't have a lug nut wrench. So the lady behind the counter says, hey, well, you can borrow mine. Let me go out to my car and get it. So we go out to her car. She does not have a lug nut wrench in there. She has a jack and everything, but doesn't have the lug nut wrench. So we go back inside. There was another lady in there. She said, oh, you didn't have one? That's fine. He can borrow mine. So me and her walk out to her car. She checks. She doesn't have a jack or anything in her car. I'm like, what kind of craziness is going on? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Maybe it's just not me. So I was like, oh, it's no problem. I just asked one of these guys at the pump, because somebody obviously is going to have a jack, a lug nut wrench. So I start asking people, and I was surprised at how many people do not know how to change a flat, do not know what a lug nut wrench is to be able to take the nuts off of the tires, to take the tire off. And there were vehicles. I mean, I'm still kind of old school, guys, but there are some vehicles now that don't even use lug nuts on the tires. I didn't know that either. So I'm just, I asked like 3 or 4 people, and I'm like, this is not looking too good, because nobody seems to have a lug nut wrench. So I'm walking back to my truck, and I see a guy. I look and I see the car that he has the same type of lug nuts on it that my truck has. So I'm like, excuse me. He says, no. And I'm like, no, I can't borrow your lug nut wrench. I was like, I did not know what was going on. He just yelled at me before I even got a chance to answer my question, I guess saying just get away from me. So I'm like, hey, hope you have a better day, man, and just kept on stepping. So I go back to my truck and I'm like, oh my goodness, I did not think that it would be this difficult to get help out here for a simple tire change. Oh my goodness, guys. But that just kind of brought to my mind of how if there are people out there that are really in need of help. I mean, my situation wasn't really that bad, but somebody that is in a bad situation, man, just imagine what they're going through out there trying to get some assistance with, just some simple things, guys. But just keep that in mind whenever you're out there, guys. There's always somebody that may need a little help, just like some guys are needing some help with their live system. So there we go, guys. Just wanted to tie that in there real quick. But shout out to CT. That is what he is referring to because he did see the YouTube short that I put out where I did have that incident with that tire that was about to fall off, but luckily I caught it before it came off the trailer. All right, so CT says for that extra meal you had on the road, oh yeah, I had to stop and get a Wendy's meal. That's a whole different story trying to order from a fast food place because I generally don't eat fast food. It was a different experience for me. All right, then we have Joshua B. Fishing checking in. He says another GoPro is cheaper than an Apex unit. That is true. That is definitely true. That I think you can get like a Hero 9. That is what I use because you can use your voice commands and stuff like that. That is only about $2.99 if you check those out on Amazon. All right, so I'm going to go through a few more of these messages real quick, and then we'll hop right into some video footage of the update that I was telling you about, guys. All right, so Joseph also says, here it go. Here comes the road trip story. Oh my goodness. So maybe Joseph knows about that too. All right, so Big Mac says, greeting from sunny Arizona. What is going on? Glad to see you back in the chat. All right, he says, blessings to the room. Uh-oh, guys, and we have another member of the money team. Shout out to Cool C. What's going on, Cool C? Are you going to be out there fishing the regionals? I can't remember if you said you were fishing the regionals or not out there at Lake Norman, but shout out to Cool C. And Texas Noop says, so how did you fix it? Oh, yeah. I told the story. I guess you guys do want to know how it ended. So basically what happened, I go back to my truck and I'm thinking like, man, this is terrible out here in these streets. If I can't even get some help just to borrow somebody's lug nut wrench to get my tire off. So I went ahead and walked way up to when I just started walking, went to Wendy's. I actually called for AAA. The guy was on his way, and then he calls me back and says that he can't help me with my tires because they're custom tires, custom rims or something like that. And I'm like, hey, I'll do everything. I just need you to hand me your lug nut wrench and I can do everything else myself. So he canceled the call. So now I'm stuck again. So, anyways, I go back. I'm sitting on my truck, and it just happens to be a nice young gentleman. Shout out to, got to give him a shout out, Tim Strickland. I remember that name. Shout out to Tim Strickland and his wife. They saw me sitting over on the bed of my truck eating my little burger from Wendy's, and he noticed that my trailer had a jack on it, and he was like, "Hey, I kind of noticed that your trailer was on a jack." He was like, "Is everything going okay?" And I was like, "It could be better." I was like, "Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people don't have a lug nut wrench." And I don't have one either because I took all my tools out of my truck. But then he just happened to have one under his seat. He offered that to me, so hey, I got it taken off of there. But I rode the rest of the way on 3 wheels, guys. Ooh, 3 wheels. I mean, it was kind of, I had to take it kind of slow, but that is one of the things I do like about having a tandem trailer is that when one of those tires go bad, that or one of the hubs go bad, I did not keep an extra hub, but I wouldn't have been able to change it out there either because I'm still out there working on it right now. But that is how I was able to get out of that situation. Somebody did finally come along and offer some help. I did not even have to ask him. He just saw that I was in a situation that did not look too good and came and offered help to me. So really, really appreciate him. All right. So Texas Noop says, I had the same issue happen to me. Man, yeah. So, and as we speak, I still haven't put my lug nut wrench back in the truck. I'm going to do that tonight after we finish this live stream. All right, guys, let me drop this down real quick. What I'm going to do is just share my screen and just pull up some footage of how I did a previous update. And this is going to show you guys basically what I will show you tomorrow with the On the Water Live. So that's basically the purpose of this video real quick. Let me just pull this up and we'll just play a little bit of it. I'll skip through it a little bit because the other thing that I want you guys to see is the tracking of the 1.20 update that I was having, which is prior to this 1.29. So as I'm out there on the water tomorrow, you guys will see what I was seeing before, which is what I'm going to show you now. And then we can compare that to what we see tomorrow while I'm out on the lake. All right, so let me go ahead and bring this up and let's just go ahead and take a listen, guys. Let's just see if it makes a difference as far as the view and the clarity or anything. Let's take a look at those settings. I put all of the settings back to where they were prior to me doing this update. All right, so we're hitting right back on the same course. All right, here we go. So you can start seeing that cover, that brush. Let's see if we see any fish out here this time. All right, getting right on top of it again. All right, so for me, I was able to read it even before doing this very well because I'm used to the system. All right, there we go. So there's some fish out here. Yeah, a lot of fish out there. All right, so let's have a little fun. Now let's see if I'm just going to throw a few baits out there so we can track those baits and just see how the fish react. All right, let's have some fun with it, guys. But I am muted, guys. I was muted. All right. So the link to this video that I'm playing the snippets from, the link to that full video is in the description. And this video is from the 1.20 just update. Off of this. Just wanted to forward through here just real quick. So like I said, I see some more people checking into the live stream. What I'm showing you right now is the tracking of the baits that I was able to obtain using the 1.20 system update. What do you guys think in the comments? Drop some comments. What do you think? Oh my goodness, guys, hold on just a second. I have to give a shout out to the Facebook crew. I did not update you guys. Sorry about that. Hold on just a second, guys. Stop the show. Stop the show. Let's see where are we at. Make sure that you guys are live and active in the chat. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing my Facebook fam in the chat. All right, let's see. Let me see if I got you guys updated real quick. All right, there we go. Got the Facebook crew in the live and active. So maybe we'll see some of the Facebook crew check in real quick. All right, so let's see. Where was I at? For the update. So what I'm about to do now for the guys that are just tuning in is show you the tracking that I was able to obtain with the 1.20 update. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. when I get out on the water and I show you guys the 1.290 update live, you guys will have something to compare it to see how my system was working prior to the update. But let's go ahead and hop back in here real quick so you guys can finish watching some of the tracking. And again, this is with the 1.20, so you can see how that looks prior to the update. All right, let's start off with a shaky head. You can see that fish sitting right out here at about 65 feet. All right, there's my bait hit at about 70 feet. It's falling down. There it goes right there. I didn't do any additional adjustments. I just put it back to the original settings I had before the update. You can see that fish following that bait down. So that's the shaky head at about 65 feet, guys. So that cast is now sitting out there at about that 60-foot range. All right, you can see a fish coming out of that cover right there. Again, I'm out here kind of drifting, trying to record, fish, and keep everything in the picture at the same time, guys. So right now, as you can see, I'm running it very hot. And just give me a second and I will see if I can adjust these settings and just get it dialed in a little bit, give you just a little bit of a clear image. Let's see, guys. And if you guys watch my channel, you know that for me, once I get it to where I can see these fish and see that the cover that I'm fishing, I am good. But let's just see if I can change something real quick while I'm messing around with it. And as you see, I'm drifting. I'm trying to do a lot at the same time, drifting in, but just wanted to give you an idea. Let me just pull back a little bit, or some suspended fish. All right, so what do you guys think about the screen clarity and being able to see that shaky head that I cast out there that hit right at about 70 feet? My cast, I've kind of done it enough to know that my casts are going to land around that 70 to 75 foot range with that setup that I have. Kind of something, kind of neat information that you learn along the way for things that you learn with the new technology that comes along with it. But what do you guys think about the quality of that image? And again, this is the 1.20 update. Were you guys getting that type of return on yours? Because a lot of times whenever I'm doing those on the water lives, I'll notice in the comments, guys are asking me, how did I get my screen so clear? How does it have no interference and all that kind of stuff? So I'm just wondering if for the most part, you guys in the chat, if you were able to get your unit set up to where they have that type of clarity and you're able to see your baits like that. And the other thing, if you type in MoneyBass Mega Live tracking, you can just do that after this live stream is over. But I'd have a video out there where I'm tracking different baits also, and I did that with the 1.170 update, the 1.20 update, and I'll do the same thing tomorrow with the 1.29 update, guys. So just trying to get some interesting information out there for you guys that'll help you out. But let me hop back into the chat real quick and see who else we have checking in. Hold on, let's see where were we at. All right, so yeah, Texas Noop said, yeah, there are some nice people out there. Yeah. So there was somebody that did come along, kind of change my day with that whole situation with that problem with the hub. All right, then shout out to Zach. He says, I keep extra caps and grease in the toolbox because of the same thing. Oh, yeah. That is a very good idea. So I'm definitely going to start doing the same thing. So I have to get everything set up on my truck so that I can keep some extra tools in there. All right, then we have Big Mac says, Texas Noob, you'll need a can and not a wrench. All right, you guys are always getting active in the chat. All right, Joshua B. Fishing says, MoneyBass, do you have the Mega Live mask installed? So no, I did not install the mask on my unit. And if you take a look at that footage, sometimes there may be kind of a double image, like if it may be one fish, but there'll be kind of another slight image that looks like it may be two fish instead. I'm thinking that things like that may come from me not having my mask. But my thought process behind not putting the mask on mine is that I rather see more information and then determine what information I do not need. Just from time on the water, I kind of get a sense of what I'm seeing out there. So that was my workaround with not putting the mask on. All right. Then Joseph says, I'd say you're running that bird very, very hot. Oh yeah. I was out there testing it out. So I can go through the settings and just try different ways just to see what works best for me. But what works best for me may not be best for somebody else, because really I need to be wearing some glasses whenever I'm out there. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys need glasses too. I'm pretty sure some of you guys need glasses too. So you just have to go through and put your settings the way that's best suited for you. The other thing that I do is I use that persistence mode. You guys have heard me talk about that a lot also. I generally keep that on medium or high, depending on how I have the sensitivity and contrast and things like that set up on the unit. All right, so let's see. Joseph also says that's pretty. Let's see. He says that's pretty solid for a Mega Live. You're doing better than most with it. Yeah, so that's what I've been hearing. And guys, you know something? I have actually spliced my Mega Live wire 3 times. I have actually spliced it to where I had to go back and resolder it, reconnect it, reseal it, and everything. And I'm still able to get my images to come out like that. So really thankful for that. So although you may have a bad hub here, but you have a good Mega Live there, you always have things that kind of balance stuff out. So good deal with that. Then we have Edward Ragsdale Fishing checking in. Haven't seen you in a minute. Glad to see you checking into the chat. All right, then we have Gallo says, that's awesome, bud. All right, yeah, really appreciate that. All right, Big Mac says, Kane. So no, I don't think that's cane. I think that was actually a tree that I was scanning down there on that one. Because as I got closer to it and kind of dialed in on it a little bit better, you can actually see the branches and all that kind of stuff. But there is cane out here on these lakes. People are out there putting that cane out there trying to get those fish. All right, let's see. Joshua B. Fishing says, he says, I ask about the mask because the top of the water shows what appears to be reflection of the lake floor. Right. So I do have that glare or that kind of like interference on there sometimes. For me, what I was thinking it was on sunny days, I would notice that there would be that glare on the at the top of the live imaging. It doesn't really affect my fishing. So it didn't really concern me too much, but that could be the case. That could actually take care of that. All right. All right, let's see. Edward Ragsdale Fishing says, I need the Hubble telescope. Oh my goodness. So you need some extra help finding some fish out there. All right, then let's see. Texas Noob says, let's see, turn that wrench like a cane. All right. All right, let's see. Joseph says, the way that you have it set up, you're putting a lot of power into the water. Then you're filtering it back down. So what you want to see is coming out loud. Oh yeah, I want it loud out there. I want to make sure I can see what I can see. All right, Doty Fishing, what is going on? Shout out to Doty Fishing, another new member of the Money Team. And if you guys are interested in becoming a member of the Money Team, which are basically the members of the channel, just guys that are showing a little support for the channel, just click that join button that's right below. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. We'll give you just some basic information on what it means to be a member of the channel. One thing of which you will have the badge right next to your name. And speaking of that, let me hop back in here and give another big shout out to the sponsor of the live stream. We have Mark Scott coming in strong right at the beginning. Hit the channel with the $50 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Man, I mean, I'm glad that you guys are finding value in the content that I'm putting out for you guys, and just continue to build this community of guys that are willing to help each other out as far as information. I know some of you guys have actually linked up and fished tournaments together. So it's a great thing, guys, to be able to get in here and network. So big special shout out to Mark Scott. And also want to give a shout out to AV to the 7th power. Hit the channel with the $5 super chat. And can't forget Cerebral Tackle. Oh yeah, can't forget Cerebral Tackle. He says for that extra meal you had to buy on the road. Make sure you guys check out AV to the 7th power. Great content creator here on YouTube, and also Cerebral Tackle. Check out. They put out some CT puts out some hold on just a second, guys. Yeah, so CT, he puts out some controversial stuff every now and then, but it's a little entertaining. CT out here doing his thing on YouTube. Shout out to you. Really appreciate the support of the channel. All right, so let me hop back down in here real quick. Where were we at? But wait a minute. I think we got to stop the show. Stop the show, guys. Edward Ragsdale Fishing hit the channel with the $9.99 super sticker, showing some big support for the channel. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah, haven't seen you in here in a minute. I mean, you stop through every once in a while, but when you do, you're always getting active in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. And will you be watching tomorrow when I'm out on the water live? I know Joseph will probably be on there trying to cause problems in the chat. But yeah, big shout out to Edward Ragsdale Fishing, longtime supporter of the channel. Really, really appreciate it, guys. So whenever you guys are finding value in the information that I'm putting out, it really does let me know that, I'm doing a little something right. So I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that does get active in the chat that, that's willing to help each other out in here. All right. And then I gave that shout out to, let's see, Doty Fish. I want to give him another shout out, member of the Money Team. Then we have Fred. Just Fred in parentheses. Fred says, I have all the tools I need to complete the hubs and oil in a rolling toolbox for that reason. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is definitely what I need to do. And actually, I had all of that stuff in my truck, but I cleaned everything out. I took everything out of the truck, cleaned it out, and just didn't get back around to putting everything back in the truck. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I needed it. So I guess that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, let's see. Joseph says, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Oh, yeah, guys. Really, really appreciate that, Joseph. Member of the Money Team, looking out for the channel. Yeah, if you guys could, let me just check the the likes real quick. All right, just bear with me, guys. This is a live show. Let me just try to slide back over here so I can make sure everything is up and running well on this live stream. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to update something real quick. All right, there we go. Got that. And want to give a big shout out to the Facebook crew once again. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. All right, there we go. Here we go, guys. All right, so how are we looking on the likes? We have about 12 likes in here, guys. Oh my goodness. The likes are looking kind of lonely down there. Can I get maybe like 3 or 4 more likes, guys? Get the likes and the viewership kind of leveled out a little bit more. Really appreciate it. It does really help the channel out, guys. Oh, and this was another thing I was wanting to mention. Everybody that comes here each week really supporting the channel. If you could reach out to 2 people, send them links to the live streams so that we can continue to grow. Because of course we all know people that are interested in fishing, interested in electronics, hot topics, all that kind of stuff. And there we go, guys. I see the Facebook crew. I see you guys tuning in. Big shout out to Juan checking in. I see you over there on the Facebook side of things. But yeah, if you guys that are really, really find the content good and and find value in it, please just reach out to say 2 people and see if you can get some people to come over and start watching the channel, guys. All right, let's see. So give me we're gonna hop back into the chat real quick, and then we'll go back to that video. Let me just bring this down real quick. Then we'll go back into that video and play a little more footage of that. There's maybe just a few more things that I wanted to say about that clip that I think will really help you guys out. That even if you have done the update, it'll help you out. But definitely if you have not completed your update, some information that'll help you out on that end. All right, then we have how do you pronounce it? I remember from goodness, did you say Johannesburg? Was that it? Johannesburg. Shout out to the people from, got some international fishermen checking in. All right, let me see. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. Watching from Johannesburg, South Africa. All right, big shout out to you. Really appreciate you tuning back in to the channel. We have Sassy checking in. All right, let's see. And then we have Dodie Fishing says, talked to Humminbird yesterday about the updates. They told me in a nice way, be patient and wait a week for the 12 and 15 Helix. Wait a minute, my 12 went through fine. So all of my updates went through pretty good. I mean, I have a Helix 10 G3N, a Helix 10 G2N, a Helix 12-inch G4N, and a Helix 9 G3N unit. And all of mine updated just fine, with the exception of the Helix 10 G3N. That one was just having a network problem, but it still updated fine by using the chip. All right, let's see. Then we have saying, yeah, okay. All right, then Joseph says, Money, what does Hawk think of your new update? Man, Hawk is still out there running. He put on some track shoes. We ain't been able to, he's out there running like Forrest Gump. He's out there running like Forrest Gump. He's not coming in. All right, let's see. All right, so let me hop back over here and bring this video back up. And let's just take another look at it, guys. Let's just take another look. Again, this is the 1.20 update. So this is the one prior to the 1.29. So this is what I was currently running, just to show you guys the clarity and everything that I was already getting with my system, so that we can kind of compare that tomorrow whenever we're taking a look at things online. Here we go. Out there. Let's just see how they react to this A-rig. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys, please hit the like button if you have not already hit the like button. Just want to get those likes up a little bit. Can I get about 5 more likes, guys? And also, for anyone that isn't aware, that purple haze that you see on the screen is persistence mode. I normally keep that on low, but at this point I have it set to medium, so it's a little showing a little more than usual, but I just wanted to see if that allowed me to track those fish just a little bit better and the baits. So what I'm gearing up to do now is to cast this A-rig out here, and let's just check the tracking on that. You can see it hit
so
right
that's
at
that
80 feet.
A-rig hitting. I'm watching it drift straight down. That's at about that 80-foot range. You can see those fish coming off the bottom, heading over towards it. And now I'm reeling it in pretty slow, guys. You can see those fish going up towards it. Let's see if any of those fish are going to come and hit that. All right, I just bumped that brush pile and moved off of it. So you can see those fish coming right behind it. Let me slow it down a little bit and let it fall. You can see those fish coming in behind it. All right, there's that A-rig reeling back into it. Again, guys, I'm trying to record, do a lot of things, keep it within that beam. Let's do one more cast. I'll throw this one maybe out to that 70 range, but you can see all of those fish coming out from there. All right, so that's that A-rig. Gonna let it fall back down. And again, guys, I haven't done any tweaking or anything like that to my settings to where I can make that show up any brighter yet. But I'm sure once I do that, I will get a better picture. But let's just see if I can get these things to.
And the other thing to keep in mind, guys, I just paused it real quick, is I'm trying to record, I'm trying to keep the bait within the beam, and I'm trying to keep the boat from moving back and forth. I know you can hear those other boats out there going by and things like that. So it's kind of, bumping me back and forth a little bit. So I'm doing my best to keep the bait within the beam while I'm recording, guys. So that is one of the issues that I was facing here. So some of these things, whenever you're seeing that bait kind of disappear, and the brush and everything where you can't see it, that is the reason why, because I'm moving the foot pedal to the left and right, trying to keep that beam, the bait in the beam.
Hit it. All right, don't want to get stuck on that brush pile. Got to get above that brush pile. All right, there we go. There's the A-rig. There's the fish coming off of it, chasing behind it.
All right, just wanted to try a different angle. And on this, what I'm showing you is I have a spoon. So I'm directly over, I think this may be that same brush pile, guys. I'm sitting in 25 feet, and you can kind of see the spoon. I'm just jigging it up and down right above that brush pile. And what this allowed me to do, if you look at the sonar down at the bottom, you can kind of see it just kind of going up and down, just making those, I guess, the little peaks that are going on the left side of the screen. And then if you look at the top, that is the live imaging. And I was able to kind of just jig that spoon all the way from one side of that brush pile all the way to the other side. And the image was pretty clear and bright. There may have been a fish or two in that brush pile, but at this point, I was really just trying to get some footage for you guys because time was ticking. I had to get this done and get back in. So as I'm scanning, you can see the those fish in the distance. All right, so right here. All right, so I just made that cast. This is with that A-rig again. So the thing about this, I cast out at 80 feet. And what I just wanted to do was just see how well, without, like I said, without going through and getting all my settings fine-tuned yet, if I was able to track that bait. So you see it at 60 feet. I went below that brush pile on the right side. I brought it over the brush pile. And as you can see, I'm letting it drop back down because there are fish in between those two pieces of cover down there. I brought it up to the next one. I'm reeling it over it. So right now it is right at the top of that. Are you guys able to see that? So now it's on the other side of it. And now I'm letting it fall down again. I'm just kind of slowly outlining the that cover that I have down there. And there were some fish in there, but right now, guys, fishing is tough. They're not really, they're real picky. So it's finesse fishing season out here. All right, so there you go. That may be the last cast with that. Okay, here's another one, guys. So what I did on this one is I adjusted the water depth, and I think I may have put it to like 45 feet or so, something like that, just to see that it would allow that image to be a little bit bigger on the screen. So you were able to see it when it hit the water very well, and now I'm bringing it over that brush pile again. And I think I had lost it within the beam right there. Maybe I'll find it again. But that's really the thing that I wanted to show you guys, was just if you change your depth and the distance, then that may help a little bit also. But I have, oh, the other thing is I had that set out to 100 feet. When I made that cast, it went out to 100 feet, guys. So here we go. So at 100 feet, let's see where we can see it hit. So it hit right at 80. So even if it hit at 100, guys, I was able to see it when I had the previous update, but today just wasn't able to get that cast as far as I wanted to get it out there. But there you go, guys. So you saw it hit at 80, and you pretty much were able to see it. So what I'll do over the next few days, weeks, I will start back getting the system dialed back in the way that I had it before. And the same way that you're seeing those images there, I can get those a little bit brighter. I just have to go in and make some other adjustments on the Mega Live transducer settings themselves. All right, and there you go. Can't forget to unmute the mic, but there we go. That was just to show you guys some of the tracking that I did. But I see we have a true fisherman in the chat. We have Vernon Neal. What is going on? Vernon Neal says, is that a recent video? That 50-degree water temp has me stumped. Oh yeah, Vernon knows his stuff. He is checking out everything, trying to find out what is really going on here. So what I was explaining to him, Vernon Neal, because let's see, where did Vernon come in at? Hold on just a second. Let me see where you're at in the chat. All right, I see you came in. You said, what's good, guys? All right, so yeah, so Vernon, I know you checked in a little late, but what I was explaining to the guys is this is when I had the version 1.20 so that I could show you guys the quality of the image and how I was able to track at that time. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., I will be out on the water and I will show you guys live the 1.290 update. So if you're able to watch during the tomorrow at 10 a.m., I will be out on the water. The same way you guys can interact with me on the chat. Right now, you will be able to interact with me live while I'm out on the water, just showing you guys my settings and everything like that. I will track some fish. I will track some cover and different structure and things like that, just so we can get an idea. Then I'll throw out some different baits, like you saw me throw out the shaky head a little earlier through a crankbait. I was throwing the A-rig on here because I know some of you guys are big with that A-rig and catching those big fish. You know what I mean? I know Vernon Neal's out there catching those big ones, so he wants to know about that A-rig. But yeah, so that's what that video footage was for. So yeah, back when I did this was the 1.20 update. The 1.29 update, I will show that live tomorrow on the water. And like I was saying, for this evening, what I wanted to do was just hop in here, just talk to you guys, see how everybody is doing as far as who's done the update, who hasn't done the update, and what type of results you were getting with that. So as I get out there on the water and show you, my setup and everything, then if you guys have some questions about it, then you can hop right in and get active on that. All right, then we have Gaio says, he says, here's a few extra likes, bud, because you really deserve them for the time and info. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Really, really appreciate that. Let me see. Hold on just a second. Let me just check again real quick. How are we looking on those likes, guys? Let's see. Did we get 3 or 4 more likes on the screen? Let me just take a look real quick. Okay, all right. Yes, you guys put in a little work. We're getting there. Can I get maybe 3 more likes, guys? Trying to get those likes to match the viewership for this evening. It really, really does help the channel. And yeah, I see a few more guys checking in. I hope you guys are finding value in the content that I am putting out tonight. What I was saying earlier for everybody that is just checking in, if you have been having any issues, make sure you drop that in the comment section, because you never know if there's someone in here that may have experienced the same thing and has the solution for it. But let's see. So maybe the other thing that I wanted to do, guys, is let me just pull up this post real quick before we get out of here and show you this. But hold on, let me just give a few shout outs. So once again, have to give a big shout out to Mark Scott. He is the sponsor of tonight's live stream with the $50 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Then we had AV come in.
Yes, sir.
AV said, hey, let me get some of that action. What are you guys talking about? Them scopes? Are you talking about them scopes over there on that live stream? And shout out to CT stepping in, giving me some money for that extra meal for when I was out there stuck on the roadway with that bad hub this past weekend. Really, really appreciate that. And also we have Edward Ragsdale Fishing. He says, hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm here too to check a few things out. And then I got another super sticker from Edward Ragsdale Fishing. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Hit me with the 99-cent super sticker. Really, really appreciate that. Anytime that you guys feel, the urge to support the channel, see that you're finding value in the content that I'm putting out, I mean, it really, really helps out, guys. Really, really appreciate that. All right, and let's see, who else do we have checking in? Who is this? Wait a second. What is going on? We have Big Jim Fishing checking in. What is going on, Big Jim? Glad to see you checking into the live stream. All right. And let me see. I skipped a few questions in here. Let's see if we had another question. All right. So Texas Noop says, I'm a Lawrence guy, but I have to give it to Humminbird. They put out some updates. Oh, yeah. So hopefully those updates are taking care of some issues that the guys were experiencing. All right. Then Big Jim says, what's good, MoneyBass and everyone? Shout out to Big Jim. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel. He's over there doing it big, doing some hunting and fishing. He's over there living the good life. All right. Then we have Vernon Neal says, what's good, guys? All right. Then we have Joseph, introducing some people. All right. Then we have JR. What is it? Foster checking in, says, what's the smallest or average size bait that you can see on that depth finder? So for me, I would say that shaky. Well, I'm trying to think. When I throw a crankbait or a shaky head, something like that, sometimes I throw a smaller crankbait. But I mean, like a 5XD. I'm trying to think about really throwing anything smaller than that, because I know a lot of you guys are crappie fishing. If you're fishing vertical, then you're definitely not going to have an issue tracking your bait with that. And just a few minutes ago in that snippet that I showed you where I was jigging that spoon. So yeah, that spoon was kind of small, but that's directly under the boat. As far as casting it out there and tracking it in, I have some footage. If you just search on YouTube, MoneyBass Mega Live tracking, then there's a video out there where you will see where I was tracking a bunch of different baits. I was throwing a spinner bait, crankbait, jerk bait, just a bunch of different things, and tracking those using the Mega Live system. All right, then we have Rocky says, thanks, bro. Your channel has saved my Mega Live. It almost drowned. Uh-oh. You're not ready to get rid of the Mega Live, are you? What kind of problems were you having out there ready to send it for a swim? All right, let's see who else we have checking in. All right, so Joseph says, I'm going to church on Sunday. I'll put in a good word with the big man for your Mega Live. Some people have some Mega Live problems out there. All right, let's see who else we have. Yeah, you guys are getting active in the chat. All right, let's see. Hold on, I'm just going through here real quick. All right, Doty Fishing has some info for you guys. He says, for those waiting on the new Ultrex Quest, my dealer says mine is shipping Friday. Oh, Doty isn't waiting. Doty's like, hey, I'm getting right into it. All right, Vernon Neal says, all updates went well, so I thought. What kind of issue did you run into, Vernon? Let us know what's going on with that. All right, Joseph says, doing great, Vernon. About to have the battleship out of the water. Gonna put it out there. Open seats if y'all want to come out and fish. All right, there we go. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. All right, we have David. Shout out to David. Haven't seen you in a while. He says, what time you going live tomorrow? So tomorrow, guys, I will be live on the water at 10 a.m. So the same way you're able to interact with me live right now, the only difference is the scenery will be a little different. I will be out on the boat, out live. So I will be showing you guys some footage of some cover, structure, the fish. I'll go over the settings that I have for my live imaging. And hey, maybe we'll see if we can catch 1 or 2 fish. How about that? All right. So yeah, 10 a.m. tomorrow Eastern. And like I said, the other thing, guys, let's get this channel to grow. So if you really like this content, shoot this link out to 2 or 3 more people. And when they come into the chat, have them shout out, your name whenever they come in. So I'll know who sent them. Let's do that and see how that works out. All right. Who is this? Look at DP. We have DP checking in. He says, don't be catching no dinks. Oh, he said, don't be out there catching no dinks tomorrow. I'm not getting up at 10 o'clock. I'm not getting up at 10 o'clock to watch you out there catching some dinks at 10 o'clock tomorrow. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. All right, let's see. All right, and shout out to Big Jim. He says, picking up my new Phoenix 919 Elite tomorrow. Oh, yeah. He's out there putting out the videos about those that Phoenix boat, guys. Shout out to Big Jim. Congratulations on that. All right, let's see. who else we have in here. All right, so Joseph says 10:01 tomorrow. So you're gonna be just 1 minute late. All right, he's let me see, come get ready for the clowning. Oh man, so you don't think I'm gonna catch a fish, man? So tomorrow it's not necessarily about catching fish, it's about getting out there and showing the limit. I mean, not the limit, the unit, the way I have the unit set up. All right, so David says sweet. All right, then shout out to Doty Fishing. He says, will you mount the target lock or the Mega 360? All right, so he's shouting out Vernon Neal. All right, and Vernon says, my Mega Live went belly up. Uh-oh. Source not found and unconnected. Never returned to norm after the update. So I'm trying to think. My unit was doing that also, and I'm trying to remember what I went in and did to correct that. Yeah, I can't remember right offhand. I think my wires, when my target lock had spun around, were starting to get pinched at one point, and I noticed that my unit was going off. That was one thing that was happening. Another thing from mine is the power on my battery was getting below 12 volts, and then I noticed I was starting to have some issues with that because I ran it without charging it for a few days. And those are the only two things. So I would say try that, check those things out, and then restore defaults on your unit and the Mega Live, and just check that out and see. And also, yeah, just try those things to see if that helps. Hopefully that'll get taken care of. If not, hopefully it's under warranty and they'll take care of it for you. All right, Joseph says you head to the lake like the seven dwarves go to work. Dink, 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 dink. Ah, come on, Joseph. I'm gonna have but look, man, I've been out there catching some nice ones lately. I've been catching those threes and putting a stomping on them a little bit. All right. Vernon Neal says, Doty, I have Mega Live Target Lock and 360. All right. And Big Jim says reboot the Ethernet switch. So yeah, whenever you guys are having issues, guys, hop in the chat. There are people in here that have either experienced those issues or they may have some good suggestions where they have heard some things have happened that helped other people. But the thing that I also always say, guys, is keep that Humminbird support on speed dial. So if you're out there on the water, you have an issue, you can call them up. For me, they've always been very helpful. And even this weekend, when I started having some network issues, we did all the troubleshooting and found that it's just something that's within the unit. So I sent my unit off, guys. Hopefully I will get this thing back. Because I was planning on leaving out of town to start getting ready for the regionals next week. I really want that unit so that I can start scanning the way that I want. So yeah, hope that comes through. All right. Then we have Mark Scott says, I fished Sunday with new updates. Couldn't tell a big difference, but didn't get to fish very long. I'll try again soon and give you a better report. All right. Special shout out to Mark Scott. You guys see his name scrolling across on the bottom of that banner. He is the sponsor of tonight's live stream. All right. Let's see. We have Doty Fishing says, my unit did not recognize the last update. I connected Mega Live directly to the head unit. Worked like a charm. Okay. All right. So that's a workaround right there for you guys. All right, then Joseph says, look at that baby face. I almost feel bad clowning you. All right, I'm going to have to get some revenge on you tomorrow. All right, Vernon Neal says, tried all the recommended troubleshooting tips from Humminbird. Got another and was all good. Oh, okay, so you got a replacement transducer, Mega Live transducer. Is that what happened with that? You said got another and it was all good. Okay. All right, so if that's the case, then yeah, getting a new one is always a good deal with that. All right, guys, let's see. All right, so we've been running for a little over an hour, guys. I wanted to keep this one kind of short and sweet. But make sure you tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to ease out there for you guys. Want to give a big shout out to, let's go ahead and slide through here real quick and give some credit where credit is due. We had, make sure I don't leave anybody out. So we had Edward Ragsdale Fishing. He stepped in with the 99-cent super sticker, and right before that he hit the channel with the $9.99 super sticker. Really appreciate the support of the channel. And we also had this evening, who else do we have checking in? CT. Shout out to CT with the $15 super chat. Really appreciate that. Got me a meal from Wendy's with that. really appreciate it. And big shout out to AV talking about them scopes. Make sure you guys check out their YouTube channels. AV does put out some great content over there. And cannot forget Mark Scott, guys. Really appreciate the strong support of the channel. I hope you guys are finding value in this content that I'm putting out. And, you know, it's kind of helping you out, helping you network with other guys, like-minded guys that are out here trying to get on the water and do their thing, because you never know what type of day somebody is having. So what we are trying to do here, guys, is, you know, make the experience good for everybody. Some people may not be able to get out on the water because of health reasons, financial reasons, or just may, you know, be stuck at work 12 hours a day. And by the time they get home, it's not going to happen. It's a wrap. So what we're here to do, guys, is, you know, just get out there and show a little support for everybody out there that is supporting us, supporting the channel, and becoming a member of this community. So really appreciate it. Look at Joseph. AV has the hotness on her channel. She's always bringing the legal heat. All right, Joseph. Look at Joseph. Oh my goodness. Then shout out to Corey. Corey says go Braves. All right, guys, but let me go ahead and close out on that note. Shout out to Mark Scott, the sponsor of the live stream. All right, guys, tomorrow 10 a.m. Eastern, get out there and wait a minute. Hold on just a second. Did I just wait, what? I had to double stop the show. CT has come in strong and hit the channel with a $40 super chat. He said, wait, what? Oh my goodness. CT said, hold up, swole up. Oh yeah. CT said, hold up, swole up. Yeah, I ain't gonna let you go quite yet. And I think you need to go in there and change that banner to MoneyBass. I want to get my name scrolling across that screen. All right, guys. So let me get in here and do a little work. And I can't close it. I mean, CT's like, hey, man, you can't go just yet. Let's stay on here just a little bit longer. Let's talk about a few things. All right. So let me head in here and do a little work. We have Cerebral Tackle stepping in strong with the $40 super chat. And when you add that to the $15 super chat, take a look at the screen, scrolling right across the bottom. It says, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Cerebral Tackle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was trying to keep it short and sweet, but I can't end like that. All right. So, man, CT, okay, you hopped in right at I was about to click on it right then. And I was like, hold on, stop the show. All right. Big shout out to CT, guys. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel. He's always putting out some great content. Oh my goodness. Hold on just a second. What do we have here? Oh, oh my goodness. Stop the show. Stop. Mark Scott said, Mark Scott said, Wait a minute. You guys got me picking up a pen now. So CT has the 40. Hold on just a second, guys. The 40 and the 15. Okay, wait a minute, Mark Scott. CT still got you. Mark, he has, yeah. So CT still has you. He hit the $40 and the $15. See, so he snuck in a $15 super chat a little earlier. So he's sitting at the 55. But Mark Scott is right behind him with the 50. Mark Scott said, no, partner, hold on. What is going on around here? Let me hop back in here, Mark Scott. Oh my goodness, you guys are killing me. That's wait a minute. Okay, I see it. There we go, guys. All right, Joseph says those donations gonna help make sure he's got fresh wheel hubs so he can stop in at Dinkin' Donuts. Joseph, Dinkin' Donuts and get himself some glazed hoes. Oh my goodness, Joseph, where do you get this stuff from? Dinkin' Donuts. Now that is a good one. That's a good one. Oh my goodness. But big shout out to Mark Scott. He came in and said, hey, hold on. Let me try to hang in there just a little bit. But yeah, CT, he got you. The CT was like, yeah, let me step in here and keep that banner with my name down there at the bottom. Really appreciate that, fellas. All right. So Joseph says tomorrow, buddy, 10:01. Man, see, you trying to get me to get out there and catch some fish. I told you I'm just trying to show you guys the settings on the live and Joseph. So if I get out there and don't catch a fish now, I guess Joseph is gonna mess with me. So I'll catch one fish, guys. So let me see. I'll catch one fish for the sponsor of the stream. For the sponsor of the stream, I'll catch one fish for that person. How about that? But I'm just concentrating on trying to show you guys the 1.290 update. I have not adjusted any settings or anything like that. So I will be doing all of that tomorrow while I'm out there. All right. So let's see. Did I miss anybody? Mark Scott says, uh, love those Dinkin' Donuts. Man, you guys are funny. All right. Joseph says $10 for a non-fairy one fishy. Oh my goodness. Was that you that it oh yeah, okay. I'll be your huckleberry on that. Oh yeah, I'm your huckleberry. I'll do that. All right, so $10 if I catch a fish on that bait caster. So yeah, I'll get that done for you tomorrow because I'm not out there, doing the competition. So yeah, so just for Joseph and for that $10, what is that gonna be? A cash app or super sticker, super chat? What you gonna what you gonna do, Joseph? Talking about Dinkin' Donuts. He said that's just my game. All right. All right, guys. Man, so what's going on, CT? Where did CT go? CT came in at the last minute and like, hey, hold on. Hold on. Don't go. Wait, what? Don't go anywhere yet. So how are you doing, CT? What is going on with you? I'm trying to get the guys together so we can do another on the water live challenge, but I don't know. They kind of disappeared on me. I don't know what happened. What happened? What happened? Yeah, so I'll reach out to the guys. For anybody that is not familiar with what I am referring to, just go to my channel and search Battle of the Anglers. Hold on one second, guys. Just search Battle of the Anglers and just take a look at the format that we have. It's a real good format. You see the guys fishing live. We are interacting with each other and the chat. So it's kind of a new thing. I really haven't seen any other format that's out there like it, guys. So it's pretty exciting all through the show whenever we're out there doing that. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, CT said the mic drop. He came in with the mic drop. All right, let's see. Let's see. What else do we have hopping in here? All right, here we go. Where do we go? All right, there's CT. All right, CT's back on the scene. Ivan Moore says bait casters are the easiest to use. Yeah, I mean, all of them are pretty simple. I mean, well, I think the spinners are easier for somebody that's just starting out. All right, then CT says hanging in there. All right, good thing, CT. All right, so you said all of those butt kickings. Oh my goodness. So you think that's where everybody's disappearing? I don't know. Well, I'll check and see. I'm gonna check on them tomorrow and see what's going on with the guys. All right, Joseph says, you're getting them all choked up. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are in here choking me up talking about Dinkin' Donuts and all that good stuff. And CT coming in with a 40 on the clutch like that. Oh my goodness. All right. Mark Scott said, you guys are the best. Hold on one second. Where my messages go? You guys are the best. Love this channel. Oh, yeah. Really, really appreciate it, Mark. And yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing, guys. We really are building, a community of like-minded guys here. We get here each week, have some fun with it, doing the on the water challenges and those battle of the anglers things. I mean, it's all fun, guys. And like I said, make sure you forward the link to at least 2 other people. So, and then have them shout out your name in the chat whenever they come in, just so we can hold on. Just Joseph, Joseph and Dodie, I do not know what you guys are in here talking about. All right. But yeah, big shout out to you guys. I'll put it up there. There you go, Dodie. I do not know what you guys are in here talking about. Do not let Joseph corrupt your mind. All right, Joseph said, Dodie, you saw that, huh? Yes, sir. I have to send that to Money. Oh my goodness. I do not know what you guys are referring to. All right, guys. But yeah, so we've been rolling for about an hour and 18 minutes, guys. We had some good info tonight. But yeah, make sure you guys check out Cerebral Tackle's channel. What is going on? What CT? What are you guys? What are you guys in here doing in this chat? What kind of craziness is that? I have not heard of some of these things, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Not Dodie, not Joseph, and not CT. Does anybody else know what these three are in here talking about? I just want to see if anybody else knows what you guys are in here doing. It kind of reminds me when you're in class and you're really trying to learn what's going on, and then you have a kid over there shooting some spitballs and sticking to the side of your head. Now that's Joseph. And then you have Dodie is handing him the paper, and CT is the one who handed Joseph the straw. But Joseph is the one that's actually doing it and causing the problems. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Let's see. I see some more people checking in. I hope you guys are finding some value in the content. Did anybody have anything they wanted to add in the comments about their experience with the updates or anything like that? I know CT hopped in here, and hit the channel with that $40 super chat. So, he kind of extended it out a little bit. So I was like, let me just stay on just a little longer. And now I see that he did that. So you guys can get in here and just cause some mischief in the chat. Oh my goodness, that is funny. I do not know what that is. It just sounds funny. It just sounds funny. All right, let me see. MoneyBass. I just sent it to your Instagram. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I should look. What did you just send to me, Joseph? This is gonna get me kicked off of Instagram, is it? Let me see. Let me see. I'm not good at Instagram and all that good stuff. Hold on, just bear with me, guys. Let me see if I can figure out how to get to my Instagram to see what all of this craziness is that's going on in my chat. All right, I see a message from Joseph. Okay, here we go.
Do you like anything other than fishing?
Oh my goodness. This is a family channel. I cannot I can't play the clip, but I mean it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Oh my goodness. Look, oh, and you were setting me up. He said demonetization in 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. And Dodie said it's a video of me. Oh my goodness. You guys are crazy. All right, Vernon Neal says no idea, but it's funny anyhow. Yeah, it was funny even before I saw what they just sent to me. Vernon Neal, yeah, I think Joseph, yeah, if you guys can send it to Vernon Neal. I'm pretty sure one of you guys have his Instagram too. That's the great thing about it, guys. All of us, we're in here, we're connecting with each other, we're having fun, on and off screen. Just like I said, building a community of like-minded guys. So we're all out here for the love of fishing, family, and all that good stuff. And just getting better out on the water, enjoying the experience of everything. All right, let's see. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Oh my goodness. CT says, got him. Oh, yeah, you got me. You got me with that. And Texas New, he says, I know that clip. So it appears that you guys are all out here causing problems out in these YouTube streets and Instagram streets, apparently. Oh, my goodness. Oh man. All right, guys. Look, you guys have been extended. So now we've been rolling for about 1 hour and 23 minutes now. So yeah, I was trying to keep this one short and sweet, but yeah, you guys kept me on here a little extra this evening. But great times, guys. Great times. Let me see. All right, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. I will be out on the water live. I will go over my 1.290 update settings and all that good stuff. So I'm starting from scratch. I've completed the update, but I haven't done any of the settings or anything like that. So yeah, I'll go through that whole process with you guys. And once we get that done, then maybe I see. Oh yeah. And I will catch a fish for Joseph. He said he's going to hit me with the $10. I guess that's a cash app tomorrow whenever I catch that fish on that bait caster. So I'm going to do that just for him. Let me see. I think I'll catch one on top water, or maybe I'll use the Lanier Baits hard swimmer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. While I'm mentioning that discount code is still works right now, guys. I think they said they're going to run it until the 16th. So if anybody is interested in getting some tackle at a discount, go to lanierbaits.com, enter the coupon code MoneyBass, and you will get 15% off. This time of year, especially if you fish a herring lake, they have that bait called the hard swimmer. That's one of the out here on this lake, Clear Lake, like Lanier, Hartwell, Lake Russell, those herring lakes, especially the Clearwater lakes. That type of bait works real good on there, guys. All right, let's see. Then Joe says, get your rest. Tomorrow is going to be here early. Then there will be 10:01. All right. All right. Then Joe says, calling your shots now. It's going to be like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to make it happen. All right. Let's see. He says, want to make it a 20 spot if you pull it off on a buzz bait tied to braid. Man. Okay. So now you want me to go out there and catch one on a buzz bait. Goodness, Joseph. Okay. All right. I'll get out there with the buzz bait and we'll see if I can make that happen. But yeah, okay. All right. So I got you. But I'm definitely gonna catch one on a bait caster on the so I'm gonna make that part happen. I'm gonna make that part happen. All right. He says, yeah, gotta cost me to break you off the ferry one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I mean, really, it just depends on the lake. So some of the lakes, I don't use a spinning rod at all. So, like I said, it just really depends on the lake. But right now, I've been fishing clear water, deep lakes, and that's pretty much what I've been, the tackle that I've been using. But I do want to get some of those Kitech mini jigs. Are they called mini jigs? Those small micro jigs or something like that. Yeah, I definitely want to get some of those. I might be able to use that for next week for some of the things that I found. So I'm gonna look into getting some of those. I don't know if I have time to order those and have them sent. So I may need to find a tackle store that can get some of those micro. Okay, there we go. CT says micro jigs. Yes, sir. That's what I want. I need some of those micro jigs. Gonna hook that up on a spinning rod. I'm gonna throw it on a spinning rod with either 15 or 20-pound braid tied to 10-pound Abrase X line. So that is the game plan with that. See if I can get some of those bigger spots out of Lake Norman with that. All right, guys, we have been running for almost an hour and a half now. So let's go ahead and head on out because I will be right back in the morning, guys. All right, I really, really appreciate everybody for checking in and got to give a big shout out to let me just go ahead and give the where'd it go? Hold on. There we go. That's how we do it. Big shout out to Mark Scott. He came in, he was like, let me step in strong, you know what I mean? And I'll hit you up and become the sponsor of the live stream. But then we had CT came in with the boom bap. Let's see, where did it go real quick? There we go. There we go. Hit with the boom and then the bap. Oh, CT came in strong with the 55 on the sponsor for the live stream for the evening. All right, guys, really, really appreciate it. Uh-oh, guys, look at this. You guys are keeping me. Who is this checking in? Hold on one second. Where did it go? We have a few more people checking in. Joseph says tomorrow's episode brought to you by $40 worth of Kleenex and a micro something. Oh no. Come on, Joseph. Then we have Barry checking in, says my Mega Live shows great since update, but when I start the trolling motor, I get terrible interference. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so that sounds like some adjustments that can be made with that. And goodness, there was something somebody had said in the chat one time that was having that problem. For me, what I had noticed whenever people were having that interference, it had something to do with their wiring. But if you weren't having the issue before, That's kind of an odd one, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure with that. All right, then we have the masked bass. Tid checking in says, "Hey, Money, what's happening in the morning? Joined late. Oh, yes, I'm going to be live on the water at 10 a.m. Going to be out there showing the guys how I have my live imaging set up, and I need to catch, I was going to say a buzzbait fish. Then Joseph has me out here. He wants me to catch a fish on a buzzbait. I don't know if I'm going to go to an area where I'm going to catch him on a buzzbait, but I told him I'd definitely catch one on that bait caster. So you know how I am. Top water all day. Top water all day, baby." All right, guys. All right, big shout out to everybody that joined in for the night. Really, really appreciate it. And a big shout out to CT. He is the sponsor of tonight's live stream, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will be live on the water. We'll have some fun out there then too. All right, guys. Really, really appreciate everybody. I will see you tomorrow on the next live stream.